Hello friends, welcome to the video lecture on water chemistry. In this video, let us see the sources of water and also dissolved impurities present in water sample. First, let us discuss sources of water. Mainly, the water is present in the form of surface water and underground water. In surface water, the sources of water includes rainwater, river water, lake water and sea water. In underground, we have water in the form of spring water and well water. Now let us see sources of water in surface in the form of rainwater. As you all know, rainwater is the purest form of water when it rains. It is a natural form of water. So rainwater is the result of condensation of water which is evaporated from the surface. But friends, when rainwater reaches the ground, it is mixed with many impurities. It's mainly because of dissolving with the considerable amount of industrial gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, etc. Rainwater is also mixed with the many suspended particles. It includes organic as well as inorganic particles. When it comes to river water, so river water is the result of rain and spring water. Water from these sources flow over the surface of land and dissolves, and here it contains dissolved minerals of the soil such as chlorides, sulfates, bicarbonates of sodium, calcium, magnesium and also iron. River water also contains the organic matter derived from decomposition of plants and small particles of sand and rock. River water contains considerable amount of dissolved as well as suspended impurities. Then we have the lake water. Now it is more constant, it contains more constant chemical composition. It is usually contains much lesser amounts of dissolved minerals than even well water. But quantity of organic matter is quite high in the case of lake water. So organic impurity is high. Organic impurity is high in the case of lake water. Then we have sea water. Now sea water is said to be the most impure form of natural water. It is most impure natural form of water, sea water. Rivers join sea and flow in the impurities carried by them. Moreover, continuous evaporation of water from the surface of sea makes seawater continuously richer in dissolved impurities. On an average, about 3.5% of dissolved salts, 3.5% of dissolved salts. In that, it contains about 2.6% of sodium chloride, NaCl. Other salts present are sulfates of sodium, sodium sulfate, sodium bicarbonate, potassium bicarbonate, magnesium salts, calcium salts, then bromides of potassium and magnesium and members of other compounds. When it comes to underground water, it is a part of rainwater which reaches the surface of the earth, percolates into the earth. As this water journey downwards, it comes in contact with a number of mineral salts present in the soil and dissolves some of them. Water contains its downward journey till it meets a hard rock. When it returns upwards, and it may even come in the form of spring. Spring and well water, mainly underground water in general, is cleaner in appearance due to the filtering action of soil, but it contains more dissolved salts. More dissolved salts. Dissolved salts. Thus, water from these sources contains more hardness. So, there is more hardness. Hardness means the property of water, not giving lather with soup. So, it contains hardness and more dissolved salts, but it is pure compared to sea water or lake water or river water, and also the rainwater which that reach the ground level. Now let us see types of impurities present in water. The water found in nature is not pure. It contains large number of impurities in varying amounts. The major types of impurities found in water: dissolved gases, dissolved solids, suspended impurities, and microscopic matter. The dissolved gases. Most water contains dissolved gases like oxygen, then carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, then it also contains ammonia gas, then oxides of nitrogen, which are all derived from the atmosphere. Then dissolved solids mainly consist of bicarbonates, HCO3 minus, bicarbonates. Then it also contains chlorides, Cl minus, sodium chloride, potassium chlorides. Then it contains sulfates, SO4 2 minus salts, sodium sulfate, potassium sulfates or calcium sulfates, or bicarbonates, chlorides and sulfates of calcium, then magnesium, and particularly sodium. In addition, a small amount of nitrates, NO3 minus, then silicates, then ferrous salts are also present. When it comes to suspended particles, the suspended matter, it may be inorganic or organic in nature. It includes inorganic materials like sand, then clay, hydroxides of iron and aluminium and iron, Fe, hydroxides. It has got higher size, particulate size, therefore it acts as a suspended particle in water. Some of these particles have larger size and therefore settle down readily. Others are fine particles and colloidal in nature. So such particles do not settle down easily. The organic suspensions are decaying vegetable matter and due to microorganisms. These are also colloidal form. The presence of suspended matter, particularly the colloidal particles, impart turbidity to water. So these suspended particles causes turbidity. As a result, it can have Tyndall effect when light is passed through a suspended impurities or water containing suspended particles. So Tyndall cone is observed. So Tyndall effect. Then microscopic matter. Many pathogenic bacteria and microorganisms. Pathogenic bacteria. Pathogenic bacteria and microorganisms are also present in water. They are main cause for the waterborne diseases. So these are the main types of impurities: dissolved gases, dissolved solids, suspended impurities, and microscopic matter. Dear friends, the chemistry of water itself makes it to dissolve many gases in it, salts in it. As a result, it can vary its properties. Water, so as you know, the formula is H2O. It contains one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms. So hydrogen has one electron and oxygen sharing two electrons with hydrogen and two lone pair of electrons present in oxygen. As a result, we have lone pair repulsion and causing the bond angle in the case of water. So here oxygen is more electronegative, therefore it can show charge delta minus, and this is delta plus hydrogen. Now water can dissolve most of the solutes in it because of its polarity. So there is a difference in electronegativity with when we compare hydrogen and oxygen. Therefore it can dissolve most of the solute in it. Therefore it is named as a universal solvent. Universal solvent. You know, water has a high boiling point. So melting point, 0 degrees Celsius. Then boiling point is 100 degree Celsius. So we call it as anomalous behavior of water, having very high boiling point. Then water has the important character, the density. So it has density, maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius. Maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius. So once again, the anomalous behavior of water. So if we increase the pressure of the environment, with the increase in pressure, its boiling point increases. So it has density maximum at 4 degree Celsius. This is how the survival of some aquatic animals is possible at 4 degrees Celsius. So this is about some basic aspects of chemistry, and in this video we have discussed about sources of water. Mainly, quickly just recall, mainly in the form of rainwater, river water, lake water and sea water. Now these are the surface water, and here the purest form actually rain, but it becomes impure when it reaches the surface. And river water is the result of rain. It contains many dissolved minerals in it. Then lake water, it contains high organic impurities. The sea water is the most impure form of natural water. It contains about 33.5% of dissolved salt. In that, 2.6% is sodium chloride.